loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing an exciting video because so many of you guys are tagging me in a lot of things on Instagram, new makeup releases, and I feel like I haven't talked about new release makeup in forever. So I thought that would be a fun video to do today. Total side note, you may be distracted by this blue thing right here on this little shelf on top of my drawers that you normally don't see. My husband, long story short, has decided he wants to learn a melodic instrument. A guitar in a tiny house is a little too big to store, especially if he doesn't stick with it. Adam, looking at you. So we decided a ukulele would be a lot of fun to learn, but we don't really have a place to put it yet, and we didn't want anything to happen to it. So this is like a safe little nook for it. So now you know what it is. Hey guys, end of video, Nicole here. I chat a lot through this video, so I'm gonna warn you now. Get yourself a tea, get yourself a coffee or some wine, get all bundled up, because I just start talking a chatty little, I just talk about so many things. Makeup, me, life. So I hope you're snuggled in for this, because I talk a lot in this video. I hope you guys don't mind another one video week. I was thinking about trying to push myself and do 2 this week, but right now I'm really balancing work, recovery, and wanting to put up some quality content for you guys, including still doing it as good of a job as I can with my editing. I really enjoy editing and I don't want it to become a task. So I hope you don't mind that as I'm easing back into my regular life, that right now I'm just doing 1 video a week. Just makes it a little easier for me at the moment while I'm recovering, but hopefully soon I'll be back to doing 2 videos a week. I've actually had a lot of support and love on, as a side note, from some people who found me through my Instagram and my YouTube channel talking about my endometriosis and hysterectomy journey, and I did see a lot of your questions for my upcoming video where I talk about my journey more in depth for you guys and answer your questions. Again, I want to encourage you to ask me any questions you have below, because I know this is really a little triggering for some people, but also really informative to talk to somebody who maybe has gone through, full-blown stage 4 endometriosis and the actual hysterectomy and the recovery process as I'm going through it. I've received so much support from people who are farther in their recovery than me that have been giving me advice, and I'm so happy to give you guys advice or just let you know what it's been like for me. Women's health, always important. But right now, I'm excited to talk about some new release makeup. And I love when you guys tag me and stuff on Instagram, because it really keeps me abreast of what's going on as I'm kind of trying to channel my focus between, ooh, work things, ooh, life stuff, oh, YouTube. So it's fun to just talk about makeup again sometimes. And side note, again, I have a lot of side notes as I'm kind of weaning my way back into the process. I've talked about this on my Instagram, but if you don't have Instagram to know, I'm struggling right now with my face makeup because I think surgical menopause is making me have dry skin. What's happening? Or patches, probably patches. It's probably gonna just evolve and change probably over the next few months. But right now I think I have it matched okay. Maybe my face is a little paler than the rest of my body. I don't know. Bear with me. I was having to mix and match some different foundations like I told you in my last video, and I'm still trying some other things that I've gotten in subscription boxes. So I'm kind of just if I don't look totally perfect, now you know why too. I feel like I'm giving you all the information about my whole life right now. You're welcome. All right, I'm going to be scrolling through Trend Mood and all of the things you guys have told me about throughout this video, because I feel like I'm so out of the loop on what has come out, what is coming out. I'm going to start with the tag that brought on this idea for this video, and it is, some of you have tagged me in the latest ColorPop orange eyeshadow palette. And yes, I do know a yellow one came out too. I can't contain myself. I really am just going, okay, are they gonna have a lull where I can just buy whatever I want, because I'm worried that I'm gonna put it in order and they're gonna come out with 2 more things that I really want. You know what I mean? You know it's happened to you if you love ColorPop. Or the Orange You Glad we made an orange palette post. It's just the Orange You Glad palette. This palette just came out this past week, and it is, I believe, what, 12 bucks or something. And oranges, as many of you commented on here, are my jam. A lot of you said that is one of my colors that looks good on me and that I know how to rock it with a bold color. I really think this looks stunning. So beautiful. Colors look like that clementine color in the dead center looks like it's this beautiful sparkly color that will look great on a lid. The tangerine colors, rise and grind. I feel like I have so many coral shades, but that doesn't stop me from being yeah, but this is more of a hue of orange, Nicole. You don't have a full orange mini palette that's probably only $12. Oh, this one is totally speaking to me, so I'm I'm probably going to get that. Now, while I'm talking about this, let's go down to the palette that came out while I was either getting ready for surgery or in recovery. I can't remember which. This is the Honey palette. I don't believe I've talked about this at all, and I have said since the beginning of 2019, yellow is making a statement this year, just like blue was last year. And like, I feel like yellow is more on those inner corner looks compared to the blue that was doing that under eye look. You know what I'm talking about? I love yellow, and I know a lot of people, when I said I think that yellow is going to be a statement this year, you're like, yeah, but what could you do with an all yellow palette? What I really enjoy about what they did with this like honey palette is that there's so many different depths of yellow into it that there are some, it looks more like a light brown at some moments. Some of them have like a greenish hue to them. So you can dip into this palette obviously along with other palettes, but this one is also speaking to me, so I'm thinking about getting both of those palettes, the orange one and the yellow one. That Palooza color in the middle, I mean, gorgeous to pat on the lid, right? What I also love about ColorPop is that I know the quality will always be at a standard high. Even if every single shade isn't perfect, I know that the quality is still going to be where I won't be disappointed to spend 12 bucks on it. And the palettes are about this size. I have some, hold on. Their palettes are at a good size for travel. They usually have a really good mirror with it. And last weekend I went down to Miami, as I told you guys in a previous video, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw me meet Eliza, whom I adore. She's a comedian, love her. Look up her Netflix special if you haven't. I liked these types and shapes of palettes to travel with because it's so much easier than a big palette, and I know that these don't break easy too. I do appreciate that about travel with them. Ooh, Physicians Formula. Do they have new highlighters? I keep seeing these rose shaped highlighters out. New additions to the Rose All Day line. Interesting. I keep seeing these really pretty pinkish looking, are these blushes though, or are they highlighters? Although I have to tell you, I'm again figuring out my skin right now, but I am tending to gravitate more to illuminating misters at the end of my makeup. Right now, I have on the Skin & Co. Truffle Therapy Radiant Dew face spray. And I used this while I was on my trip last weekend, and the Pixie Glow Mist. I also have this on today too. I did this one first after my initial face down. I may not need to use this powders as much as I used to. That's what's freaking me out right now, because I powdered my face and I was like, what's wrong with your skin? Why do you look so weird? Is this how you dry people's skin feel? Give me tips. I put this on after I put on powder, and I did this at the end of my face look. And I'm not seeing that I look too shiny yet. This could evolve, this could change, yada, yada, yada. But as I was, what I'm trying to get at with all of this is that I'm finding myself gravitating to more glowy items than I ever have before, because I feel like I'm not seeing as much dewiness in my facial region when I have makeup on. I don't know how to handle any of this. Life is changing. It's okay. It's okay. Guys, I'm so curious. I remember when the pizza eyeshadow palette came out, and that was a big thing. And now there's was it a burger one? Well, I see the burger one here. Glam Lit Burger Palette. And then there's burger eyelashes, milkshakes. Like, tell me what you think about this line, because I've never tried anything from this line, but it gets a lot of hype when they have new releases out. So I'm very curious about it. When I looked into it, they have burgers, pizza, and tacos. And when I've seen people talk about it on YouTube, they're always like raving about these palettes. Have you tried them? I keep seeing them pop up, which is why I feel like they fall on my radar a little bit. But the struggle is so real with my palette drawer right now. I will be doing a declutter. I keep talking about it to like hold myself accountable to do it in the future when I have the energy and time to go through the mess that is everything in these drawers over here. It's a ton. Okay, so this I already talked about ColorPop, but ColorPop, you need to let me breathe a minute, because like I said, I have so many eyeshadow palettes that I think I've talked myself out of this palette, but I'm not gonna lie, this stopped me dead in my tracks for quite a while. This is the California Love eyeshadow palette, and it has so many beautiful like colors to it that as I'm looking at it now, I think I can talk myself down, but the golds, the shimmers, the orangey-ish hues, and the brown shades all are screaming those natural looks for summer, like that beachy, vibrant glow, which is probably why they call it California Love. That, when I saw it, stopped me dead in my tracks, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's on my list. I think I have enough of those shades in different palettes that I can now, that I've had time to process it all. That's the secret, girls. It's not to buy everything right away. It's to give yourself a couple of weeks to process. Don't buy immediately, because otherwise you'll have too much. But I already feel like I do. But I kept looking at this palette, and the shimmers specifically, I'm like, well, what would that look like on my eye? What would that look like in this crease? You know, I keep looking at these things, but I feel like I have so much of that in other ways. So I'm going to not talk about it anymore, or I'm going to buy it anyway. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I gotta pass up this palette, but it's pretty. So if you have that palette, you can tell me it's pretty, and I'm still gonna try to not buy it. ColorPop, like, it's like you speak my language, my makeup language. Okay, so e.l.f. has the new, well, it's new when I was looking at this post, Jelly Pop by e.l.f. Cosmetics, more makeup and skincare, luminous watermelon infused. So they have flush blushes, a cleanser, a dew primer, juicy glosses, face and eye glosses. What do you do with an eye gloss? Does that just have that shimmery look on your eye? I feel like that'd be goopy for me. Maybe I'm wrong. A water gel moisturizer, a brush. Have you guys tried any of this e.l.f. line? Because this, I love e.l.f. I think they're good quality makeup and skincare. I've heard really good things about their skincare. So I want to know more. Have people said anything about this since it's posted? It posted 4 weeks ago, because that's how far behind I am. Somebody said they think this is really unique and affordable. Again, another reason I love e.l.f. Have you guys tried any of this? Because there's just a lot of people saying how amazing they think that this concept is and how much they wanted it at the time. Again, this is 4 weeks ago. Nichole is behind on everything. Natasha Denona liquid eyeshadows. So I heard about these liquid eyeshadows. I had not seen them in action. And right now on Instagram, there's like a little video that they're showing these Chroma Crystal liquid eyeshadows. I don't generally like liquid eyeshadows, so for me, in general, that's easy to pass up because that's not how I like to do makeup. I like to sit there and fidget with my crease and make sure it's blended the way I like. And I've always had an issue with those. A lot of people are saying they're really thinking the price of $25 is fair, and they're really shocked about it because Natasha Denona is Natasha Denona. A lot of people are saying these sound awesome. So what do you guys think about these Natasha Denona liquid eyes? I like these liquid eyeshadows. A lot of people are raving about them, but I think it also depends on if you like that style of makeup. I don't think I do, so it's easy for me to pass up. But since they are affordable, this may open up to a wider audience. I feel like this is just like a little chatty video where we're just hanging out talking about makeup. So feel free to get your coffee, your wine, whatever, and just like settle in, because that's what I feel like we're doing right now. Okay, Morphe. All right, they're back. What are they saying here? Back in stock, the dripping in bronze. Hashtag get your bronze on collection. A lot of these look like shimmers, and I just don't know how I feel about Morphe. I had the one palette that I decluttered from a BoxyCharm. It was like an all orange palette, and I love orange. We just discussed that. So the fact that I didn't like that palette and I thought the shadows were so inconsistent, it was frustrating and uninspiring. That kind of turned me off. But the one palette that I do have from Morphe that I really loved is the original Jaclyn Hill palette that I got, gosh, what, 2 years ago for Christmas. And I still like that palette, but I feel like that's like the only one I really need from Morphe. Am I wrong? Is there one out there that you think is a standout? Tell me. But every time I see Morphe now, I just kind of like go, okay, what else is available in the industry? Because I'm not as into Morphe as I once like really thought I would want. Because I used to think I really wanted more Morphe palettes, but now after trying my second one and I wasn't in love, I was kind of like, better quality's out there. We have options. Okay, so I saw this and I kind of laughed out loud, and I enjoy BH Cosmetics a lot. I've talked about them several times on my channel that I think their shadows are great. I like that they're coming out with these small palettes that are supposed to coordinate with your like zodiac. Which one is this? This is the Leo. 9 color shades, and it's like neutral, 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 blue. And I'm like, okay, where's the variety? I feel like a palette like this would frustrate me because I feel like I've gotten palettes like this and I'm having like a flashback to the Tarte palette that we've gotten before that I mostly use it as a highlighter now. Hold on, now I have to get it out to tell you what I'm showing you. I ended up keeping this specifically because it's a highlighter palette for me and sometimes I'll play with it on my eyes, but like this BH Cosmetics palette that has less shadows in it, has one pop of blue, kind of reminds me of this. So when I saw it, and I noticed when I was watching a video like on Instagram for it, they only swatched the one blue, not the other colors next to each other. I was like, is that because they all look the same? I feel like this would frustrate me. And the Leos in my life, I think would want something bolder, but that's just me. I don't know zodiacs as well as many people, but that's my 2 cents on that. I feel like this is a weird rambly video for me, but I feel like I don't get to talk to you guys enough, so I'm just gonna like throw out all my 2 cents on things. I don't know why. I think because I've always had like rough skin on my arms and body, probably from a lot of hormone issues that I've had most of my life that I didn't know about. But I don't like to put a lot of glitter on my body. And I know ColorPop came out with this Soul Body, what is this? It's a dry body oil. $15 in 4 different shades. These look so cool, but I did get this Sol de Janeiro Glow Oil. I got this last year in a Boxy Luxe, and I've had it sitting on my vanity for so long, but I ended up knocking it over. So I ended up moving it to a drawer because I don't want this spillage everywhere. I like this, and I like to put it like on my legs and stuff, but I don't use this type of product enough that I would want more than one in my collection. It's just not how I like on my body. But weird side note about Nichole, because we're just being rambly in this video, my face has always been oily. Most of my body has always been dry. I'm weird, I know it, but I don't really like this like on my arms because I've always had those bumpy back arms my whole life. So mostly on the legs and maybe like up here on the like collarbone area where you're trying to look sexy and like you're coming off of a glowy beach when really you just came out of your house or your office. Yeah. There's a new Tarte palette out. I don't know who Whitney Simmons is. If she's amazing, let me know. If she's, is she a YouTuber? I'm really not sure. The palette kind of looks like a Tarte palette, very similar colors like we've talked about before. I don't dislike it, but it doesn't have a space for me, so I'm not interested in that. Okay, I keep seeing over and over again that they're going to bring back out the gingerbread palette. Now, I remember talking about this palette when it was first going to come out, and I remember a lot of people were like, blah, I don't know about this, because I remember reading comments for a while that they were all like, I don't know how I feel about it, or the reviews weren't great, but now they're bringing it back out. So there must have been a good target audience for this, that they were like, yes, I love this palette. Tell me if you have this palette and what you think about it. Coming back out, so maybe it was stellar and I just read different reviews than most, because I didn't try it, obviously. Tell me about that. If you have that, I do like a warm color, and it looks like it has some neutrals and some cool tones. Curious. Okay, so with Makeup Revolution, I've never bought any of their eyeshadows, but I remember when I was getting ready to, I was coming out of surgery, I think, and I noticed they had these new palettes coming out. These are the Unleash Your Inner Animal with the new Wild Animal palettes, and they were like 15 bucks each. Courage is leopard, Integrity is the zebra, Tiger is the blazing orange, and I was like, ooh, this is like summer. It's like we're going to the zoo, we're wildlife, we're safari. And I remember looking at these when I was in recovery going, maybe I'll try a Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette. I've never tried one. I do have one of their highlights. I think I got it from like a Marshall's or something on sale. This is the Triple Baked Highlighter, Goddess of Faith. This is one of my favorite highlighters. It's really good. I feel like I haven't talked about it much in a while because it's very cool toned, and it gives you like, if you're gonna have some like chiseled high, whew, blingy highlighter, this is it. It's stunning though. I really love it. I've pulled this out a lot over some higher end products. So I know their highlighters are good quality, and I also have some YouTuber friends. I gotta put this on my face now because, you know, you can't waste it. Try to even it out. I have some YouTubers that I watch that have raved about Makeup Revolution for a long time. I've just never tried it. I don't know why they fall off my radar, and I'm honestly not sure why, but I've heard so many great things about it. Tell me your experience with their eyeshadow palettes, or is there just one that you think I would really love? Tell me below, because I've never had one. Ooh, we've got thunder going on here. Sorry, guys. Rainy season in Florida is a thing, and that's all summer long. I know everybody thinks it's vacation time to come to Florida when it's summer. Don't. Come on Christmas vacation, Thanksgiving vacation, spring break, because summertime, it's thunderstormy. Real talk. I have so many side rants today. Like, you could tell I've not been on camera as much as I used to be. I miss you guys. Let me find something here to wrap it up with, because I feel like this is going to be a long ranty video and you guys are going to be like, my gosh, she just goes on tangents talking. It's true. I miss you. So back to BH Cosmetics. They had the Zodiac palette for the Cancer palette. 9 eyeshadows, or 9 color shadows and a highlighter in the center again. This one has way more like grayish hues, pinkish hues, brownish hues. It's got some blue in there and then the highlighter in the center. Okay, I don't dislike that, actually. And I'm not a cool toned girl, but I'm kind of mixing up a lot of things on my makeup routine, I feel like lately, and I'm open-minded to stuff. That actually doesn't look bad, and these are only $14. There's also a brush set for $17. Fantastic. I am just all over the map today. I'm trying new things. I'm kind of being more open-minded to different types of makeup because things are changing in the world, so why not try to evolve with it? And that eyeshadow palette actually speaks to me, where I would think about 6 months to a year ago, I'd be like, no, that's boring, that's cool toned. Those aren't shades that I gravitate to. Where's the orange? I actually thought that was actually pretty cool. I feel like this has been one of those videos where you're gonna be like, Nichole, did you have coffee today? Like, you're super hyper. I did have coffee, actually. But I've also been listening to high energy podcasts to keep my energy going through the day as I am working and filming for you guys and recovering. And I miss you, and I just wanted to sit down and have a fun little chatty about makeup video with you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if I'm missing anything from stuff that are new coming out that you want me to know about. Also, always feel free to tag me on Instagram, and if you don't follow me there, again, you can always follow me right here and reach out to me, message me, do whatever. I usually try to get back to as many people as I can. And if you happen to be new to my crazy little channel, hi new friends, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all the fun, loud, weird, kind of really weird today, ooh, that was thunder, unique videos I do every single week. Bye friends! Do you guys still like me after I was so rambly today? I'm like on another level. Nichole, you need to call this one a chatty new makeup releases because you do nothing but talk the whole time in this.